we are live with the great artist, and is officially is back in Nigeria after a sojourn in Poland. So glad to have you back.
Thank you, bro, man. This is
so great. We are honored and privileged to share thoughts with you on this platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have right here one of the finest artists in the visual art space in the contemporary art in Nigeria, Bob-Nosa Uwagboe.
Thank you
for coming through.
I'm full of excitement. Yeah, this is my first time of doing this. Yeah.
Great. Glad to have you back. Number one, I want to say a very big thank you for obliging to come. Number two, I want to say a very big thank you for joining in all the way in Poland while you were there.
Yes.
You've always been supporting us, and today we are honored and glad to have you share your thoughts with us. I'm sure you know what we do here. This is not just a mere interview. Last week we had Edosa Uwagboe, and who came to share thoughts with us. So we are engaging different artists because everybody has a story, and the story varies. And why we are doing this is that the up-and-coming artists, the emerging artists, in one way or the other, they will find a story that is similar to theirs. So it will assist them in defining their path. And yours specifically is an interesting one. And we are ready to learn so much from what inspired you and why you are doing what you have been doing. Now, let's go this way. Now, how did art start for you?
Oh, that is a very complex one. As far as I can remember, you know, and also for the fact that every like Niger Delta, Edo Delta State, you know, any artist or most artists from that region, art seems to be like a natural thing for them. It's something you're born with. It's like a full package. When you're born, you come with art. So it seems natural for us to like, you know, do art. So you just grow into you know, like right from, I mean, way back, like when I was in primary school, I already knew I was. My dad wasn't even in support of it, but then I had the personal conviction, because art is not something you have to persuade. Just like for like as a Christian, for example, you can only persuade, you can't force somebody to say you must accept Christ. You can convince, you can persuade, but you don't force, add pressure on him. You must go this way. You must decide for yourself, okay? So at that point, I already knew I was going to be an artist. But, you know, and I had a lot of challenges going through school, okay? My transition through school wasn't a smooth one. You know, in between primary school and secondary school, I wasted 6 years, you know.
Wow.
6 years, yeah, 6 years.
Doing what?
I was waiting to get my GC right. And funny enough, my first sitting, I left school at the age of 18. My first sitting, I made all my papers other than art. The art was seized. And my dad kept telling me, it seems that you are not, this art is not, because my dad didn't like art. Because, you know, in Benin now, art is in everywhere. And there are no figures of an artist you can look up to and say, man, this is a great artist, or this is zero. Because so much poverty is attached to art. Especially at that time, that was why most parents didn't want their ward to study art. Because artists portray themselves in their light, that man, you have to be poor to be an artist, you have to be a smoker, you have to, you know.
That is the back of a Kewan campus. Wow. Hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm.
Really, our studio. And I walked in and I met him. I was like shocked, like nervous. Young guy. I didn't know what to say. He said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want to learn art." He said, "Are you an artist?" I said, "No, but I draw." I said, "Okay, okay, okay. Where do you live?" I said, "Not too far from here." He said, "Okay. When do you want to resume?" I said, "Now." He said, "Today is Sunday. So resume Monday, which is the following day." He said, "You are going to be my studio assistant,
Okay.
and at the end of every month, you'll be rewarded with 300 naira as your salary." For me, that was huge. I thought he was going to give me like procedures. You have to come with your parents and all of that. But I went back home and I stayed like 3 years in that studio
Wow.
while I was still trying to write my GCE. And each time I write GCE, my result in fine art is always seized. And when it eventually comes out, is F9. So, and I vow that if I can't go to
Hmm.
school and study art, I will learn from these guys. Because at that point, I met guys from Uniben, Harrison, Arikamen, George, those, a couple of Uwagboe, a couple of other guys.
Oh.
So I started going into University of Benin to see them, working with them.
Hmm.
So at some point, I finally gained admission to study fine art. Art and design in Auchi Polytechnic.
Yes.
Again, I did my 3 years, prelim, ND1, ND2. So I came back to Benin, but I understand that in Benin, the art practice there is it's just a breeding ground for artists. It's not a place where you can
Yes.
really practice professionally. So I was looking for that place where you can really practice professionally. Then Harrison Arikame, he was George. You know him, I'm sure you know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was in Lagos then. So and I called him. I said, "Please, I'm coming to Lagos and for my industrial attachment." And I said, "Fine, fine, fine. You can come, but I have a small space, but you have to manage." That was how I took my bag. I came into Lagos. I met him. I didn't know what to do because his own kind of art then it was too commercially driven for me, So I wasn't really.
Hmm.
But he's my good friend. So I was browsing
Hmm.
through catalog in his house, and I stumbled into George Olisewanjobu catalog. And I said,
Oh.
"Wow, man, this is the kind of studio I want to be, this kind of art, I want to, do." I said, "Oh boy, these guys, they are the main guys, but they are struggling. Things rough for them. Well," I said,
Hmm.
"It doesn't matter, but I just want the knowledge. I will move it from there." He said, "George is there." I said, "Good, good, good." I was so excited. The next morning, it took me that I met George Olisawanjobu, and eventually I stayed around. That's 3 years, 3 good years with him in his studio. Living with him in the
Hmm.
house, I was not like, more familiar with the art practice, what it really takes for you to like, got all my mentorship there, like I told the collector the other, I said, "Man, what I'm doing now took its roots from my relationship, from my meeting Mr. George Olisewan Diogu, you know.
Hmm.
So I stayed 3 years. I couldn't go back to school. So after 3 years, I had to go back and conclude my HND. Then I went to, Abuja to serve. After service, then I was afraid. And why I decided to go to Abuja for youth service, because I was scared of the art market in
Hmm.
Lagos. I was scared. I said, "Man, look at all these big names, man. How am I going to do it? When I come to exhibition, look at the professionalism." I wasn't exposed to that. So I was scared. I said, let me go to Abuja, start small from there, move them up. But I served in Abuja. I stayed 2 years after my.
Mm.
So he kept advising me, say, man, why not come to Lagos? At least
Yeah.
Lagos will be better off, you know.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. That's it. Wow. Mm. Mm. Mm.
You call me and I will pick you back home. Good enough. I went to see nature. I brought out the works. I was, he saw the works. He was like, wow, what is this?
Mm. 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 Wow. Yeah. Mm.
I was also struggling. Something like go to Azul, bro, how far? He was
Yeah.
always very supportive. I'll say, bro, how far? You say, bro, man, things are rough. Things are rough, man. Things are rough. But let's see what we can do over the weekend. That was it. Because it was about passion. It was about talent. It was about using your art to add value. It wasn't about just making, money, do work, run an exhibition so you can pay bills. It wasn't about that. It was about pure talent for me and adding value to the life of people with my art, you know. So that was just the
All right.
idea.
Okay. Okay. Good. When you were talking, you said my kind of art. Now,
Yes, it's
what
personal.
inspired?
Yeah.
Yeah. What inspired this? Is that to believe that you schooled in Auchi?
Yes. Yes.
Aha.
Yeah. You
Aha.
said well, please come again. Come again. Come again.
aha. So this your style. Aha. What inspired your line of practice? Your protest art, because your work doesn't show as if you were in Auchi. Is a
At all.
different.
At all. At all. It
Aha.
doesn't
So
show. It doesn't
what?
show. Yeah.
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 What inspired your definition of art?
It was a society that we live in. I wasn't born with this kind of, anger or this kind of spirit. But when you live in such a society, and if you're someone that is very conscious, that care about humanity, that care about people, and you're an artist and you have the tool, you have, and you don't have a choice rather than to use your work to speak for the oppressed. And I also grew up listening to reggae music so much,
Okay.
Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and these guys. I read, about their biography and all of that. So I find out that they use their art to speak, for the poor masses in their own time in Jamaica, before later on became business and all of that. And that's what reggae music is really meant for. So, and I said, wow, I love reggae music so much, but I don't play music, I don't sing, I don't do any of those stuff, but it's still the same art. I can convert my visual art into having those kind of elements as well, and with the kind of society we live in, naturally things just like sort of like, picking up. So I don't even like the word protest art, I didn't even like it. And because this kind of art, this kind of work is not something I'm really happy doing. You understand? I want to also paint beautiful, scenario and all of that. Because don't creating this kind of work, it leaves you with so much sadness, so much bitterness in your heart. So you begin to like, I made a statement to somebody yesterday. So he asked me, he said, how did you feel returning back to Nigeria? I said, man, it's good, coming back to meet with my family and all of that, but I still keep having this feeling that I'm back to airfire. Because, everything seems not to be working. You understand? And if you're an artist that is so conscious of your environment, conscious of humanity, you like to support, you like to use your art as a voice. So that was what gave birth to my art. It wasn't something I planned doing, even at some point, I still like, trying to still have a second thought. Man, are you going to continue? Because it leaves me with so much sadness,
Yeah,
That is it.
yeah. All right, fantastic. Now, um, one time we met, we were discussing, and how have you been able to manage rejection? Aha. So what's his strength? Where is his strength from? Your resilience.
Yes.
I remember you told us a story of a woman who bought a work, who said, "No, sir, come and carry this work. My children are crying."
Let me tell you that recent one, that most recent one. One recent one that
Okay.
happened
Good.
last year during that ArtX. This
Okay.
just last year at Mama Nike's place.
Okay.
Mama Nike and I, we haven't met before that day. But she knows my name and all of that. So the curator of my show in Poland, so I was like taking her around gallery. So I took her to Mama Nike gallery. So we walked in normal and we just everybody were like going. I was showing her the gallery. So eventually Mama Nike and I walked in, and I told the woman, I said, please, my friend that came in from Poland, the curator, and I said, please, let's meet this lady, very important woman, and she's a wonderful person. And I walked down to Mommy Nike. I said, Mommy, good morning. This is my friend from Poland. She's a curator. No, I didn't even mention curator. Okay, I mentioned curator of modern art, department, National Museum. And I said, wow, you're welcome. These are my artists. This is a Bolaji. He's a very good artist. He's a doctor. Is this, is that. So please look at this. He started mentioning names. I said, I know Bolaji is my friend. I know Vrat is my friend. I know this person is my friend. She now said, are you an artist? And I said, yes, man. He said, what is your name? I said, Bob. Before I would say no, sir, she screamed. I've been looking for this man. To cut the long story short, a lady came in, a white woman, a white lady, a European woman. I think she works in whether World Bank or Bank of Industry or whatever. So the lady walked in. So she now told me that, this lady, very important woman, let me introduce you to her. She did that. The lady now said, she is not familiar with my name. How can she see my work? I said, I have a catalog of my last exhibition. in my car.
Okay.
So I ran outside, I brought the car and the obituary catalog, I gave it to her.
Uh-huh.
This is too sad. This is not good. Why are you painting this kind of thing? No. My creator was looking at her. He said, no, don't paint this again. Don't paint this again. I was smiling. But Mommy DK said, but everybody know her more as they paint this one. People like her, you know. So we stepped down. So I was leaving and I said, oh, the catalog. She now said, no, take your catalog. I said, okay, fine. It's for Mommy DK. She now said, please, let me, hope you heard what I said. Are you going to take to my advice? I said, no. I'm not going to take to your advice. I'm too matured for that. You know, so and after that, I said, look at this other woman that is sitting beside you. She's from Poland, a curator from the National Museum of, Gdańsk. She came because of my work. She loved my work. She believed in my work. So why would I dump her advice and take yours that is not going to help me? I was straight with her. She now said, no, she's just, I said, no, it's okay. But my creator was like, because I had told her about rejection before. So she now saw it and said, wow, so this is, so people, I said, no. Most people don't like it. You know, and she saw it and she was like, oh, Marvel, man, you were really right. I said, this is it. But because I'm not a money-driven person, I will not get money. I will not make money to the detriment of my art. If I want money, remember I told you, I said at a point I was going to Aba to buy canvas and sell. I would have used that opportunity to bastardize my art so I can make money. But I'd rather do something else. You understand? Instead of bastardizing my art. Because my art must speak for me. My art must be honest. I must be very sincere with my voice. That is what will eventually pays off. It's not, money will come. So that was the driving force for me. You understand? It's different. Most people don't like it. I face the rejection then. But now, even now, it's still on. There are some galleries you can't even break into. Not in Nigeria anymore. Not in Nigeria anymore. You know, I'm the one even saying no. I can't work with you. I can't work with you. I can't work with you. It's only signature because he has.
Yeah.
I just got
Yeah.
my
So
new space.
speak to that obituary.
Yes, I didn't plan having that exhibition. I just got my new space. This is my new studio space. You know, and this is what I keep telling artists. You know, invest in yourself. Invest in your space. Take yourself serious. Take your space serious. Be committed to your work. Don't just do it like side hustle. You understand? It's a profession, it's a work, it's a noble profession. Be committed to it. Don't do any other thing. Don't go to social media. Start talking about one stupid government that does not care for you and your family. Use your time to promote your work on your social media. So I didn't plan having that exhibition with signature. So I got a new space. I was full of excitement. So I invested money in materials and everything. I kept just working. So he hasn't seen me for like 8 months. not even a phone call.
Mm.
For 8 months, he hasn't seen me. So he now called me, say, Bob, what is happening? Are you okay? Is everything? I say, yeah, everything is fine. He said, what? I said, I got a new studio space, so I'm full of excitement. So I'm just working. He said, please send me some few images of new work. I sent like 2 or 3. He now said,
Okay.
can you come with this? I said, no, I'm not going to come with this. I want you to honor my studio space. You have to pay me a studio visit. He now said, good, good, good.
Okay.
He's going to come in a few days' time. Really, he kept to his word, and he came in a few days' time. When he stepped into my studio, it was like, wow, wow. And he saw loads
Mm.
of works, large format. So as I was pulling out the work, he said, Bob, sit down a minute. I said, what? He said, you haven't showed in my gallery. I said, yes, but a few years back, myself and Uche was supposed to show in your gallery, but for one reason or the other, which I don't know, but we just kept it aside. And we don't beg. And I told him, I said, we don't beg for, you know, now you are not going to show it who's going to be you alone. You're due for a solo show in my space. I was like, really? I wasn't prepared. He said, he came in like August or September rather, a month to the exhibition. He said, my
Yeah.
space is free for the rest of the year. You have the works already well stretched, neatly done. So what is left behind for us? Let's have a show now. I
Mm.
said, man, I didn't plan for this. That day, Mr. Duke, we were still living in Egbeda. We drove to his place and
Okay.
he mentioned it to do that. Bob, I want to show him. He now said, Bob, you for the
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
we've sold out. Everything sold out. You understand? So both of us made the effort to make it a success. But if I saw some of those works behind, I couldn't have had that success. So
Mm.
that obituary exhibition opened fresh doors for me.
Wow.
The show I had in Spain, the lady I'm working with in Spain, it was through that exhibition, the gallery
Wow.
I'm working with in Spain. So
Mm.
after then, everything becomes like, wow.
Wow. All right. Great. Great. Okay. In the course of your practice, has there been any time an artist or a collector told you that this line of practice may not take you anywhere.
Yeah, big time, a lot, a lot. I hear that a lot, a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yes, a
And
lot.
how have you been able, what's behind the resilience that you said, no, there's no going back? Because you see, this will help those emerging artists who are
Yes,
trying to find a voice. And,
yes,
there are voices, speaking left, right, and center, go this way, go
yes,
this way.
yes,
What
yes, yes,
kept
yes,
you this pace?
yes, yes. You know, at a very early stage, I was busy reading motivational books, you know,
Okay.
busy reading motivational books, reading great books. When I read about artists, when I want to know about artists, I don't look at their pictures, their images, like most young artists do. You go through their
Mm,
phone because they have the intention to copy that artist.
mm,
If I want to know you, Bolaji, I read through things, articles they've written about you.
mm,
You understand? You understand how this person behaves, how this person are, who this person truly is. The
mm,
same thing with art. And so at that early age, I already accepted that art practice is like a battlefield.
mm,
You are going to be defeated most times. You
mm,
are not going to win all the time. So
mm,
get yourself
mm,
prepared for it. You are going to be defeated most times. You have to be honest.
mm, mm.
Negative vibes will come from left side, even from
Yes.
your parents, from your society, from everywhere. So have that in your mind. Don't think it's going to be easy sailing all through. Nobody made it to the top that way. So once you have that in mind,
Mm, mm.
no matter what comes, you're already prepared for it. So no matter what you're going to tell me, I'm already prepared for it. And you understand? But most
Yeah.
not there. That is why I don't do like IT student come to my
Mm. All right. So, yeah, the network was breaking. Can you hear me now? Hello? Same thing is not clear here, but can you hear me? You can hear me now. Okay. All right. On the final note, what's your yeah, okay? On the final note, what's your advice for? I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we have they have to tell you. Yeah. Okay. This is Tantua. I got Tantua. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Sophie Sky Blue. All right. On the final note, um, yeah, what would you advise the emerging artists, the young artists who are just up and coming, trying to define a path? What are your advice for them? So, what are your advice for the young artists? Yeah. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Yeah. Good, good, good. All right. Are you in the studio there? Can we see a few of your works? Do you have any of your works around you there? Can you hear me? Are you in the studio? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Some of our guests are not artists. Yeah. The audio is breaking. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see your recent works. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Things that work.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing. You have a massive studio here.
Yeah, it's a massive studio space. Yeah, that works.
Wow. 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 Wow.
That works.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you
Great.
so much, bro. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time, Chief Bob-Nosa. I'm sure you are back and you are eating the ground running.
Yeah, big time, big time. Yeah, big time.
In the last 5-6 months, there are inspirations you can't wait.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
I need to do. Yeah, a lot.
Great.
You know, my trip to Poland was
All right.
such a wonderful one. Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you for making our day. Thank you for joining in and inspiring us with. So it shows that every art has a buyer. Every art has a space.
Definitely.
So
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Amazing. So my regards to your family. Welcome back home. And very soon we'll see you in the studio. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.